Three, two, one. We are live. Hello, everybody. It is Sharyn and Sarah here from Content Sparks, and welcome to our anniversary celebration. Woo!
Yay! And how many years old is Content Sparks?
We're about 12 years old. I kind of picked a random, I hate to say it, I kind of picked a random month year because when I first started out, things ramped up very slowly. So it took me, I was selling a few little private label rights articles and trying to figure out my own angle and doing some stuff on the Warrior Forum. And it took a little time to build up a list and, giving some free stuff that got people on my list and starting to get known. So it took, I would say, almost a year, like 9 months before I was like, you know what, this really is going to work. And I got my first affiliate to promote me, and then things just took off. So I was like, it was really kind of like March of 2010. So that's 12
Cool.
years. That's where I got that from. Yeah. So it took time. It did take time in the beginning, and then it sort of snowballs. Once you get known a little bit and you get your first few sales and your first few customers, and they tell other people, and then an affiliate, you approach some different people. I was networking with other people in the industry, and one of them looked at my stuff and said, "Oh, that's really good. Can I share that with my audience?" Yeah. Yes, please. and he gave me some advice and stuff on sales pages and funnels, and yeah, it's been that long. So deserves a celebration, right?
Yep, 12 years. Yay!
Yahoo!
I just sneakily Googled it, and 12 years is silk. So are you giving us all silk kimonos?
No.
Silk parasols?
I have much better things to give you than that.
Okay,
far
then.
better and
So
far more useful.
what are you
they
giving
won't
us
fall
for
apart.
your anniversary? Even though we should really probably be giving you gifts. What are you giving us?
Okay, so the way it works is first we're going to answer Barb and say, "Hey, Barb, you have a live coming up. Thank you so much. Wish you awesome success and a very happy anniversary. Thanks, Barb. Good to see you, and good luck with your live as well." All right, and now back to your question. All right, so here's the way it works. It's 8 days, and each day there's a new gift for you. And it all is brandable. So it's things that you can put your name on and change pretty much change whatever you want. The words, the colors, add your logo, add your URL, swap it around, combine it, cut it up, whatever you want. And they're all geared, they're all on a different topic. So every day has a different theme, which we can go through when I go on the sales page. And there's a video on the sales page where I walk through how it works as well a little bit, but why not do it now too? Because now you're going to have questions for me. But each day is different theme. Each one of those gifts is something you can use with your audience. So you can use it one-on-one with a client. You can use it as a lead magnet. So set it up where somebody has to opt in to your list to get that freebie. And then you can follow up with emails and nurture the relationship and sell something to them, like a course. You could use it as bonuses in existing courses. So that would add value to it. You could raise the price a bit. You could make them low ticket products. There's so many different things. And I think when what we should do is open each of them as we go through, and you're going to see ideas right away of what you can use. All right. So anyone, if watching now, as you join in, drop your comments in below, depending on what platform you are on, because I know there's some people on Facebook, some people on YouTube watching. We should be able to see the comments, especially for Facebook and YouTube. All right. And because we're using StreamYard and we can see the comments and reply to them. So say hi. Well, if you see something you love, tell us you love it. Tell us what topics you're going to work on. And shall I head over to the screen?
Oh, go on. I can't wait. And remember, everyone, none of this is silk, okay? It's all
I don't know where you got
downloadable.
that from. I don't know where you got that from. All right, so I am over on the screen. This is day 1. We're counting down to 8 days, so we're already under 8 days. There's a little blurb in there about, yeah, it's our anniversary. Here's how it works. And then there's the daily theme. So these daily themes here, maybe I should make this full screen. Is that easier to see?
Yep.
By a tiny bit? And I can hide the banner for the moment. But if you want to go right to the sales page, that is the URL, contentsparks.com/anniversary22. So make it short. Let's hide that and go back in. All right, so there's the, let's see, can I make this bigger too? Ooh, there you go.
Yep.
Each one of these is around some sort of essential skill or strategy that you need to build a business, to grow a thriving business. And we picked one thing in each because obviously you can get overwhelmed with all the options. You know, Sarah, we've got so much stuff on the website, so many different options of different courses. So I tried to just pick out one really popular one or key one that you can focus on first. So product creation, you have to have a product if you want to build a business. Messaging, you have to get your marketing message down right, because if you don't convey your benefits and all of that, your unique value, you won't be able to resonate with your audience. Marketing, you've got to have some sort of good marketing plan, but really, since we're talking about a specific product, we focus on product launch here in the marketing. We have a gazillion courses with different marketing tactics. So the product launch one is a nice comprehensive one. Social media, it's one of the easiest ways to build an audience. And so you need to have some sort of plan for that. And I actually cannot remember what course we picked there. So this will go down further and see it.
When we get there.
Yeah. Making sales, you got to actually be able to sell your product or service. So I picked out one thing on there that is a really great tactic for making sales, particularly for services. Increasing conversion, we picked out one tactic, which is around storytelling, which is one of the most effective ways to increase conversion. So you might have a sales page and a launch and all of that, but you need to focus on getting the highest conversions on there. As your business grows, you're going to need to outsource things. So there's one day on building a team. And then finally, once you have customers, you want to keep them, right? Because it's a lot cheaper and more effective to keep a customer and sell them more and nurture that relationship than to always be trying to get new ones. So those are the themes for each day. There's some ideas here for how you can use all the gifts, but we're going to open them. So I'm not going to go through all of that because we're going to get ideas on each. And then here on the page, you'll see each day there's that gift. So like the first day is identify your expertise worksheet. And then I said before, you can use this as a lead magnet or even as the basis for a challenge or live streams, things like that, and start building an audience. And then as you build that audience, you want to be able to sell them something. If you don't have something, we are giving a discount each day on a related course. And the one I picked out from day 1 is Create Your Signature System, because that happens to be one of the most popular ones that people have just loved, because it's about taking something that you're good at, your expertise or proven process, and building a business around that, different products. You could have an existing business and add something like this, but you can say it's your the most common one I'm thinking of is like your weight loss journey or your coaching process or your particular way of running a challenge. Can be your signature process or your signature system. And you can create self-study stuff on there, an ebook, a full course, a live in-person event, one-on-one thing. So it can be the basis for a whole business. So that is day 1. And then it goes through different freebies for each day. So you can browse through that page at your leisure, because we want to actually dive into opening some of these things. But there's marketing messages, there's On marketing, there's product launching a product and the rapid product launch timeline. Day 4, I said, with social media, there's a blog post and a checklist. And yeah, I thought so. It's create your social media master plan. We've got making sales. So when you wow people and really go the extra mile, it'll make it easier to make sales. And we go through the course on prospect to paying client. What else have we got here? Storytelling. So we have the story mapper and the art of story selling. Day 7 is, I had said, building a team is really going to be important in order to scale your business. So got a blog post and a planner for that, and something on outsourcing that you could sell to your new audience. And then I said, you want to keep your customers, right? So there's an idea generator for retaining customers. So you can come up with tons of ideas, and there's lots of questions to stimulate that creativity. And then there's a course that you can offer people too. So, and then there's some Q&A. So that is like whizzing through that sales page there. And let me see if there's any questions so far. So Evelyn said, happy anniversary. Thank you, Evelyn. And Michael as well. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Remember to post any questions in there. So why don't we take a look at the gifts?
I think so. I think we need to do that.
Okay.
My personal favorite is the story mapper, but let's start at the beginning and go through what you've got.
Well, I don't mind jumping around, but why don't I show you what they look like first? I mean, I don't mind jumping around. Everyone who's listening, if you have something particular you want me to open up, make sure you tell me. So you're just seeing a folder here that has all the stuff, our working documents. You'll get them in zip files. So the first one was signature system. So I just want to show you how it looks. A lot of them have in these tools a Word document and then that same stuff in a Canva template. Not all of them are exactly the same, but this is a good format to show you. So you'll get something like this, identify your expertise worksheet, in a simple Word document. It's, nothing that exciting, but it's easy to add your own styling to that if you want to keep it in Word and keep it simple. And we have a call to action at the end for that related course, but if you're sharing this with people, you're going to put the call to action to your own product or course in there. All right, so that's your basic Word document. But then the Canva is what people have really been loving because, and I'll show you why. Firstly, this is how you access it. You're going to get a PDF, right? You're going to open up that PDF and there's a link in there for the template and there's a few instructions on how to use it. Canva is free. There is a paid account, which I happen to have, but it's free to use and you can use that. What you do is you click on that, or you can right click and copy the link, whichever works best for you. I'm going to click on it and it will open up a new tab, and you will have to create a Canva account, free Canva account, or log into your own. You'll get this kind of preview here where you can click through and see what it looks like first. And then you would click on Use Template. So when you click on Use Template, it will open it up and it will make a copy of it in your Canva. So you can see it says copy of Identify Your Expertise Worksheet. And there are instructions in here on what to do on the very first page. So just read those and then make sure you delete that when you're done, because you're going to download this as a PDF to share with people. So read those instructions. There is a link to the related course as well, so you can have something to sell. And then go through and make your edits. You can change colors. So say I don't want these boxes, say I want them with an orange background instead. Ooh, no, I hate orange backgrounds. Let's say I want them as, pick a color, any color. I have my brand colors in here.
Go for the shocking pink right in the middle.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, doesn't it make your eyes bleed?
I do love it. And if you want all those ones to change to pink, in the bottom here, it says change all. So it'll change everything that's the teal to a pink. So I'm going to click that and it's changed it everywhere. See?
Shockingly bright, and
I like pink.
it's like that Pepto-Bismol, the stuff that you drink for your heartburn.
And if you decide you hate it, just undo it and
Yeah.
it'll be back again. So we've used our colors and our logo and stuff in here as kind of placeholders so that you can go in and do the same. So here, these little icons are ours. You're going to want to put something else in. If you don't have a favicon, you know, those little things that go in the browser top of your website, they're called favicons. If you don't have something like that or a little icon, just put something else and make sure you put your own logo in. It's just a cut, paste, upload. You know, where is the uploads in here? Ooh, uploads. You can upload media, all those fun stuff. And then on the very last page, so again, change anything you want. And on the last page, we've left a placeholder for you to do your call to action. It's like I said, these are gifts that you're going to use as gifts or lead magnets or whatnot. And you want to have a call to action. What's people's next step? Here we did the placeholder as join my course because we're all about courses, right? It could be, you know, sign up for a free strategy session and have your Calendly link or whatever it is under there. But we've also left a little pack shot where you can fill in and edit this. And I think I did a little demo of this in the video on the page, but the way this works is you can just take image. So we do screenshots from the course and then we drop them in here and they're just a drag and drop. So say I happen to have some up here already. So I'm going to drag one in and boom, wait till it hits. Or say take a graphic and drag it over. There, right? Isn't that cool? I love this feature.
And it looks really good so that your audience can actually visualize taking the course and visualize working with you. So there is a purpose to having this at the end of it. And even if your call to action is to book a call with you, have a picture with you with an old-fashioned telephone next to you. It don't have to be you holding it, but just have something that's you and a phone so they can visualize talking to you, or even a screenshot of you perhaps on a Zoom call waving. So the end of it, when they scroll through your content and they see all of the things and they get to the end and the call to action, and you can have a nice picture of you pointing to things.
Oh, wait, that's no good. Yeah, and then you can move it up. We group these. This is actually a cool little feature I should show you in Canva. Here, I'll add me in here first. So this is what Sarah's. I really need to have a photo shoot. I'll make it smaller. They don't always work just right. Yeah, let me show you this really quickly because I know not everybody's totally comfortable with Canva. So when you're using Canva, there's this great feature called grouping. Not groupies, grouping. Here, let me make this full screen so you can see better. So here, and I can hide this as well. So here you can see I've highlighted this box. What this is a group of different elements. And at the top right here, it says ungroup. Because say I want to move just part of this around, I'm going to ungroup it. And you can see all the different stuff that's highlighted and why I grouped it, because moving this stuff around is going to be a little bit tricky. But if I just wanted to do one thing, I could do that. But once you start moving stuff, you got to move it all, right? And that's why we group it. But you saw I was able to just sort of drag and drop stuff in as well. So just a little feature. And if you want to group things again, you have to go through and hold your shift key, I think it is, and highlight each thing. And I want to get it all in one group. Make sure you get everything and then just click group. And now I've got everything in one to move around. So that's a really useful feature that I use all the time. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you, Sarah. Go.
I can't remember now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. It's probably for the best. Yeah.
And make sure you save it as well. So up here, I've just left it as copy of, but I haven't, because it's a copy, I haven't touched the original. So I can go through, rather than opening up each one of these folders with all these freebies, I can actually go into Canva and show you the Canva ones first, and then show you some of the others, because there are some things in DocX, like there's this, the marketing message assessment. And Michael, I'm glad your ADD is working fine, so I can jump around because I'm going to do that. And Cynthia said, "Happy anniversary! More grease to your elbows." All right, my mouse, my arms moving all over the place here. My mouse. Where were we?
We were on the marketing message assessment. Now,
Okay.
I love the assessments because these are a really good tool that if you're on a live stream, you can ask the questions. So you can say to them, what's the first question there? Who is your ideal customer? Right. And then you can say, right, who's got an ideal customer on your live stream? You can get them to comment me. And then you say, okay, who's got ideal customer demographics? And then you see a smaller number of me's, and then you can say, and who's got ideal customer psychographics? And then they're, oh, what are they? And then all of a sudden you've got a nice talking point, a unique angle to your audience. Now it could be they have all their psychographics sussed, in which case we just move on to the next piece of the assessment. And you can give this to your audience and you can say to them, in the pinned comment is a link to the worksheet. Go and get it. And you can print this off here and just upload it to your website or a place like Publitio or Google Docs, and then put the link to it, the PDF version. Don't give them the original. And then they can complete it. Michael's just said he's got to leave. We will see you later, Michael.
All right. Thanks for coming by, Michael. Appreciate it. All right. Have a great day.
See you soon. So I find the assessments a really powerful way of giving unique content to your audience. So when they come on, I have no idea what they're going to talk about, because they may have their demographics, their psychographics, and all of the other elements of the ideal customer already in place. So I'm kind of just guessing. And as we go through the parts of the assessments, that's when we start to see where they're stuck and where they're struggling. And the great thing is, if you've got the course, you can say, this is something we cover in the course. We've got a whole module on XYZ. So if you're floundering and not connecting with your audience, then come along and do this. And it's just such a nice, natural way. It's not buy, give me your money. It's just, if you're struggling with this, if you're having a problem, come along and get it. We've got a whole module for you. Yep. And then you just move into the next part of your assessment. And it's a really valuable piece of content to your audience.
Exactly. Yep. You don't want to be giving everything away, but something like this, each of the gifts and the tools that we have on each of the days of the anniversary celebration is something where people can get a distinct win or distinct result. And then they're going to want to go deeper, because you're not solving all their problems in one, 5-page assessment or 3-page or whatever it is.
Good if the world worked that way.
It would be, but they get a lot done. So something like the marketing assessment, they do a quick little thing on ideal customer. They look at what their current messaging is. They, what else do they do in here? They do a little checklist, some questions to answer, and then ready to do some more. So they look at their current one and they write a revision, but there's a lot more to it that they can be doing. And then you can you can sell them a course or coaching or other things. And remember, we have a related course on sale each day that goes with that gift. What I was going to show you, you mentioned printing it. So Sarah, I just wanted to show how you print things. So let me go back to the wide screen again. And up on the upper right, they've actually just changed this since I opened it last, which is
I
weird.
know, it's so frustrating. I thought
Yeah.
I'd broken it.
It's supposed to say, it used to say download. And I
No.
think that depending on what you've created your Canva document in, it'll look a little different, but you click on share and then you go to download. See, it says download. And then you can pick what file type. So you want it to be printable, which means you want it to be either PDF standard or PDF print will be the high quality one. So you click on that. And then I'm not going to edit this one. Let me edit the other one here. What you remember, you want to first delete that first page. So once you've read this and done everything, you're going to delete that. And then, I don't know, you might want to put a different cover sheet, whatever. You'll have your URL and stuff in there. So click share, click download, make it a PDF printable. You want all pages. There are actually 13 in this one. What do you know? And then you would just click download. You think this is going to crash my computer if I do this now?
Oh, give it a go. Go on. What's the worst that could happen? No, don't say that.
Shh.
Cross your fingers.
It's printing. Okay, I've got a PDF and now I'm going to open it up. And there it is, all ready to send to people. And you make sure that you make anything clickable if it's something they're going to be opening up on their own computer. All right. And you can do that in Canva as well. So say I have a URL at the end or even just at the last page. Close that. Go to the last page and click on the call to action. You should make that clickable, like join my course. We want that to be clickable. You can click on that, and in the upper right here, you see it says link. You just add your link, and then when you convert it to a PDF, it'll be clickable in the PDF. But I've already printed it, so you don't want me to do it all again.
No.
There's lots of stuff you can do in Canva, and they have a lot of tutorials too. Or you can just use the Word document. It's there for you. Okay. Shall I show you some more? What else do you want to see?
Showing the story mapper. I mentioned it earlier. I'm pretty sure they're going to be wanting to see this.
And the story mapper is over on day 6. You got to wait till next week. So the story mapper helps you map your story. That goes, and you could also, after people have worked through it, talk to them about the art of story selling, which is also a really popular course and is different from traditional storytelling, which we also have courses on. So you want me to show that?
Yep, a sneak peek, because you've got to wait 6 days otherwise.
This is in Canva, we've got project folders and stuff too. So this is my folder and I'm staring at it. Here it is, Story Mapper. So let's make this a little bigger. And you'll see that first sheet. So you set a goal. You do a little bit about your audience. You can have more than one audience, your theme. So this is the high level of mapping out your story. And it guides you through some different elements to put in your story. You do a little draft, and then it goes through adapting it to different parts of your selling process, which is how we talk about it in the Art of Story Selling, that course as well. So this gives them that introduction to it, so they're aware of it, they start working through it a bit, and then to go deeper, you can teach them and work with them. So we've got adapting it. You do a little bit on what are customers looking for at that phase. So there's everything in here that you need for that higher level that someone can work through. It's 9 pages. Actually, I guess it would be 8 pages without that cover page, which is a pretty substantial tool that you're giving people. A lot of times when you get some sort of freebie, it's just one page or 2 pages and it doesn't have a lot of substance. I mean, I'm sure, Sarah, you've had this with different freebies
Oh,
where someone
get me
says, you're going to get my
started.
10-step process and learn this. And then all it is a sale of, a fill in the blanks where you can't fill in the blanks because you'd have to pay for their course in order to fill in the blanks.
I got one lead magnet. Somebody was spending a lot of money on Facebook ads and it kept on showing up in my feed. So I clicked on it and it said, you're going to get all my resources for building online courses. And it was like 3 things on one page, and then her entire life story, pictures of her husband, her children, her dog, her cat, the house she grew up in, right? And here am I, probably 3 years later, I can remember all of this because I can't remember any of the resources that she linked to, but I can remember this whole person's life. She was from Kansas. And everything was there
No
in this
offense.
PDF. And it was like 3 things, one side of A4, we call it, so just one sheet, and 9 other sheets about her. And I'm sure she was a wonderful, amazing person, but I think I would have liked just a little bit more tools and resources that I could have looked at and tried, because I'm really into my online courses. And if she's as wonderful as she was convincing me she was, then I would open the emails and I would have followed through and looked through the other materials, and I probably would have become a customer. But because she was clearly so scared she was going to get one opportunity to talk to the people who downloaded, her entire life story was in this PDF.
Which at that point, you don't care what her life story is. You just want to see, are you going to help me or aren't you going to help me? If you are, then great. I'm willing to learn more and I want to learn more. But I think somebody out there must be teaching this method of promise them something really big and don't deliver it.
Yeah,
and you're going to make sales. And or then offer them something for, $27 but you didn't deliver in the freebie. I don't know. People are still obviously teaching this.
You wouldn't. Last week I was at the Ideal Home Show, and this is this like huge exhibition for people to talk about products for homes. And Kevin's my husband. He took my credit cards off me because I would have spent thousands in there. And my friend thought, oh gosh, she's in one of those abused marriages where the poor woman isn't allowed any money. And then when we were in the exhibition and like I've walked 2 stalls and spent nearly $40,000, she's like, I get it now. That's how you want to make your content so enticing that people like me come in and want it straight away and say, I want that, I want that, I want that. You don't want it to be that they come in and say, oh no, I'm not going to buy anything. You really need to get somebody excited about it. And as I was walking through they have lawnmowers that you press the button and they mow the grass like a Roomba, but for gardens.
Oh,
now,
I didn't know that.
I've seen those over here before.
Okay, don't get me distracted. Well, we don't have a lawn to mow anymore, but it sounds really cool. I would want one.
So can I get a leaflet on these little remote controlled lawnmowers? I bet I could get the kids to help out if I had one of those. No leaflets. Yeah, I was there willing to buy. And that's what your lead magnet has to do. It has to get somebody excited about your product, excited to want to know more, and excited that you understand the problems that they're going through. And if you're just giving them a 1-page PDF, that's great. But you're not giving them enough. You're giving them a little tiny sample, not quite enough for them to say, yes, I like this, no, I don't, which is what you really want to do. You want them to get off the fence. You want them to be in your camp or out of your camp.
Yeah.
And you need to do that with your lead magnets. And these worksheets and all of the free gifts are so fantastic because they are really good pieces of content that you can share with your audience. And they say, this person is an expert. They really know this. They gave me this 9-page PDF and it was really deep. And I really started to understand where I was going wrong and what I could do next. And that's what you want your audience to do. Sorry, I got so excited by lawnmowers with remote controls.
Actually, Evelyn has something interesting. You said, unlike your course, some people leave out steps they hope to receive in the product. And this is something I think is really tricky, and why lead magnets are one of the trickiest things to create, because you want people to get a result from the lead magnet. I know some people describe it as, oh, the lead magnet should be the why and the course should be the how. I don't really agree with that. I think the lead magnet should be something you can get as a quick win, but it doesn't include absolutely everything, because then you're overwhelming them. So what happens with people typically is they either are so afraid of giving stuff away, all their knowledge, that they don't put anything useful in the lead magnet, or they're so eager to please their audience that they give everything away. And then what happens is somebody who's a lead opens up and says, whoa, I can't handle this. This is too much. And I can't do this right now. And it goes onto the computer and you never see them again. So you have to find that balance in between, where you're giving them those steps, the steps that will get them to some win, and that leads them into wanting to do more. So, because there are always more steps involved. There's always more you can do. And even in your course itself, you can't put everything in. It has to be one goal and one distinct outcome. And it can be a longer course, a shorter course, the mini courses like we have in that 5-day challenge. And Veronica, you said you're going through that now and almost done, which is really exciting. Want to see that?
Well done.
You said other courses took forever. Yep, they typically do. Creating a course from scratch does take a really, really long time. There's a lot of stuff involved. So it's so much easier when you have something as a starting point. But you do have to be very strategic, and also know that it's not your only chance to get it right. When have we ever gotten things right the first time? Think about the challenge that we're running, the 5-day challenge on getting a course online. We started doing that 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? As a 10-day one with action days in between. So it was 20, 21 days in the end. And we had a lot of people go through it, like 3,000 people. But then we cut it all down and made it into 5 days, really concise, but still with the essential steps, just refining it to make it easier. And we've had, 1,100 people, something like that.
4 days.
Yeah. So obviously it took some time to get it right. We could have done this a lot sooner, but we had a lot of content and courses to create in the meantime. Probably created like 24 courses or some more in that time frame. So good. Yes, the starting point definitely helps. And I do it too. I don't just start. I mean, Sarah, you create stuff that I then sit there and go through. No, I'll change this. I'll change that. Change something else.
Yeah. I used to write some of the sales pages in the bonus content, and we were chatting before we come live. And I said, Sharyn, oh, you moved the objectives above the courses. I didn't know you did that. And she said, did I? Yes, you did. And it was, just a little thing. But when you've got it all there, Sharyn can say, oh, don't like that headline, change it. But if she's got to create a headline from scratch, she can waste half an hour, maybe an hour of brain power just thinking about a headline. Yeah, if there's an example already there, it's, oh, yeah, that's really good. Or, oh, no, I'll change that to that. And it just makes the whole process so much faster. It really does.
Yeah, with our sales pages, like you'll start and I'll go in and it'll get me thinking, oh, well, I don't like that. Or, oh, that gave me an idea. I should do this as well. The FAQs, when you might start them, and then it'll give me ideas for other ones that I know we need to answer as well. So whenever you have that starting point, it's a huge time saver, and it really gets you thinking, so that you're spending your time actually thinking and adding more insights versus sitting there and saying, okay, where should I start?
Yeah. Should I do
and doing
slides on
research.
PowerPoint or should I do slides on Canva? Right. And you spend so much brain power on things that ultimately don't really matter. I'm sorry, it really doesn't matter. That you get to the end of it and all of your energy has been expended on something that you could have put into your course. It could be the examples, it could be how you're going to promote it, it could be your marketing plan or something like that. So I really like having the starting points and having the course kits. And I even love having the blog posts, especially because then I can say, no, don't like that, rewrite that. And at the end, it's something completely different, but I didn't have an idea to start with. So I did well just by having something to prompt me. And there are blog posts in this, isn't there?
There are, I think, like 4 of them. Wait,
Fire! Yay!
I know
Oh,
you're
sorry.
getting all excited. I
Yeah, I
know.
can't control my
So
excitement now.
where are the blog posts? So I think we have a blog post on day 4. It's related to social media. There's one on day 5, and they have a tool with them, like a Canva infographic or something as well. One on
Excellent.
the wow factor. Got one on teams, high performing teams. Actually, I think I might
Excellent.
open that one. And is it only 3? I thought there was a 4th one. Maybe not. Let's open the team one. Yeah, I think there's 3. I want to show that one. So this was something I know people had asked for. Somebody asked for this recently, something on culture, team culture. So there's a team culture planner, and then there's this blog post. Let's open this up.
So that's a blog post with a content upgrade. And you're giving this away for free. We're going to have a talk about this.
Well, there's plenty of room to make it longer. So this one is a good example of one that's a starting point, because it's create the right culture to build your high performing team. And it has different sections in here. And what I would do on this, and I'm sure Sarah, you'll do something else, is I would add more examples on each of these from my experience. So, like, set clear goals and benchmarks for your team. You can talk about your experience either as a manager setting goals, or having some, or as an employee or team member not having any goals and how that impacted you. Core values, that how you feel when you know a company's core values versus not, or knowing your own. Things like good communication. I can easily tell a gazillion stories about where not having good communication has caused all sorts of problems in
And that
having a
becomes a
high
whole new
performing
blog
team.
post on its own.
Oh, yeah. Good communication in your team. So you can add to that and maybe make an infographic with those, and then have a lead magnet, a content upgrade, which is a lead magnet inside of a blog post. And you can use the one that we're giving you. We give it to, again, it's in a doc, a Word doc, as well as in Canva. So let me show you the Canva one, because that's far more interesting.
And it's 12 pages, which is a really nice content upgrade, especially when people are giving away 1 pages and 2 pages and expecting to make a transformation. When you're giving somebody something substantial and actionable, they remember you for it. They love you for it.
So this one is the team culture planner. So it follows along with the article. So that's why it's a really good content upgrade as well. So there's places for you to plan goals and benchmarks. You're put in your core values. And again, I would probably change the colors because I like to use dark blue. So I just click that and change all. And I just realized I shouldn't do this on this because this is the one that you guys are getting versus a copy. Remember to make a copy, which you'll have to do anyway. Behaviors and norms. So it looks nicely laid out, and it guides along with the blog post. So it's a perfect content upgrade. And at the end, join my course, but your words, of course, not ours. Learn more, get my coaching program, join the mentoring group. Lots of different things you could do there. So what were we talking about? Here's the ADD going in here.
We were looking at the content upgrade and the blog post for one of the days. I can't remember which day it was.
High performing team culture.
So I think that was one of the 6th or 7th days.
You want to know how long you have to wait?
Yeah.
That's on day 7. That's not till next Wednesday. It's the 30th, right? Yeah. Wednesday. So you're just going to have to wait. Mark your calendar. And then what you can do is if you can post that blog post on your blog, the straight standard way would be post it on your blog, make the edits, expand it, add some graphics, make it unique. Find a keyword maybe that you want to optimize for, add in that content upgrade, so link it to your email provider, and then you offer, I'm not going to go into the details of that. I think we even have a tutorial somewhere where you're going to link it to your email provider, set it up, and then have a call to action in there for a course where they can learn more. So they download your wonderful planner after reading your post. You send them some emails to kind of nurture that relationship, send some extra tips, extra stories. And then it's just a natural to say, hey, I also have a program where you can learn more about outsourcing and building a team. And then, so you don't have to create it from scratch, we have outsourcing for small businesses. So, Sarah, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Going through this, there are 8 days in here and 8 freebies and 8 potential recommended courses that are on sale. How would you recommend people look at this and decide what to get? You have all of them, I know. So
I have all of these, and I was thinking when we were working on this page, this makes an absolutely brilliant mastermind for people that they can come in, create a product, work on the messaging, work on the marketing, work on the social media. And there are 8 different things. So you could do one thing every month. And, by the time you get to, if you started in January, it would be August before people would reach the part of growing their team and that thing. So you could actually have a break in the summer months, not have anything planned for June, July and August, and then roar back in September and finish the remaining that you haven't done. So I was thinking that would make a fantastic year-long program where you would sell it to your audience at perhaps $3,000 or $4,000 for the year. And they would come in and you would deliver each bit live. So you would do the product creation one, there may be 5 modules. So you would do the whole of, it's the signature system, isn't it? So there's probably more modules than 5 in there.
Oh, well, let me open it up.
Yep, open it up.
While you're talking.
Yeah.
While you're talking.
And if there's 4 modules, and I don't think there is, you can do them one a week. If there's more than that, if there's 8, you can do 2 of them a week. So we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you could do 3 calls every week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weekend to catch up. Next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weekend to catch up. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weekend to catch up. So at the end of the month, people have got a signature system. Now, you might think that's pretty hardcore, but I've actually seen programs that do much more than this in the space of a month. So you're actually probably just medium pressure. You're not high pressure, but you're not completely hands off. So,
and you have to know your audience, because some people aren't going to want to wait that long. You may have to do it every other day or every day, because one of the first things, they can't move on to anything else until they have something that they're ready to sell.
Exactly. And
so
if this was me, I would want it every single day. I would want to have those 12 days and then the rest of the month to go back and do the bits and pieces. And then at the end of the month, you'd have a showcase where everyone got to present to the group who they've got to know over the last 30 days and present. And of course, it's one of those things, you don't want to be the person not presenting. You don't want people saying, oh, do you remember that Sarah Arrow had all those good ideas and at the end of it she didn't do anything? Do you remember her? Of course not. You're going to be up late at night getting your presentation so you can say, yay, I did it, because you don't want people remembering you negatively. So you've got the built-in push to action that you don't often get with self-study. So that's how I would use it. And once people got their signature system, they're going to want the next program. And I'm going to be there ready for that. And I'm going to say, okay, then you can have a day's breathing space. That's all you're getting, because we're now going to be creating your marketing message. And how many modules in this one? Please don't let this be a 12 module one, because I think I would just kill our people.
Well, you know what we've done, in a lot of our courses is take things that really group together and call it have it as say module 2 with 3 lessons in it, depending on how long they are. So you won't find that every single one of our courses is exactly the same in terms of the number of modules and lessons. We do what makes sense for that topic. So
that's brilliant. There's just 6 modules. So that means that people can do this in a week and breathe. They've got 3 more weeks, and there's, like Sharyn says, the lessons in there. They've got 3 more weeks to go and do all of the things that they need to do to perfect their message. And then at the end of the month, come and present it to the group. And I think that is just perfect after the very intense signature system to have something a little less intense. So it's really thought out for you, this curriculum. Then we've got the Launch Your Product Like a Pro. And this is another fantastic program because they've created it. They've got their marketing message. Now they're going to have to launch. And launching is scary for some people. And some people struggle, but this is a smaller program. Again, they can do this in a week. And they can...
Sorry, I'm just looking for the freebie that goes with it.
Here. Yeah. They can do this in the space of a week. So it's not something, again, that's taking a lot of work from them or something that's going to scare them. And I love the way that if we delivered this as a mastermind, it's front loaded. All the hard work is where people have got the most energy and excitement right at the beginning. And as you go through it, the course is, it's not as intense as that first one. The product launch one is something they can do in a week. Then the social media master plan, and that really excites people up again because they love social media. They love talking about various bits and pieces, but they're not quite sure what their strategy is. And everybody's strategy is different. So hopefully this has only got 6 or 7 modules in it and not 18. And where are we? Oh, look at that. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. See, they can do that in a week.
And they're broken up into little bite-sized pieces to make it easy, too. That's what the lessons are. So whenever you have something, when you're doing a course, whether it's one of ours or something else that you already have, if something has more than, say, 3 points in it, try and break it up into something that has little bite-sized pieces. Just so much easier to get results and keep people moving through it. So, for instance, module 1 is identify content you and your audience love. First, you look at what inspires you, what inspires your audience. Dig a little deeper, do a customer profile. What are your audience's favorite channels? These are all things that can be done pretty quickly. And assessing existing social media, set up goals, doing your social media checkup, paint a clear picture of where you stand, set goals that further your business. These are all quick little things where you can create a video from the slides, have people do the work, reconnect in your community or your group or on a live stream or Zoom, and then move on to the next one, doing the strategy. And some things always take longer than others. You can see this, we broke up even more. Develop your content strategy so that people don't get overwhelmed by stuff and they can just keep seeing results, which keeps them motivated and moving through. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, that's okay. This one here, where we've got all the lessons, that might be a day. You might come together and do an in-person event that day, because your people have been online, they've been in their group, they've been getting their training, and at this point you need to re-energize them. So come together for the day, have a fantastic lunch, do 4 lessons in the morning and 4 lessons in the afternoon, and then perhaps sit down and have an evening meal together and have everybody bonding and connecting and getting excited about the things that are to come. So I see this as a really powerful way. And I did say at the beginning $3,000 or $4,000, but as we're going through it, I'm thinking perhaps this is a $8,000 or $9,000 program that you can run 10 people through. That's nearly 6 figures from 8 courses.
Yeah, we're talking about taking the 8 and making them a year-long program. Yep.
Yeah. And, you know, that's something people do invest in year-long programs. There's tangible results. At the end of month 1, they're going to have a signature system. At the end of month 2, they're going to have their marketing message fixed forever. And at the end of month 3, they're going to have a product launch sequence. Mm-hmm. Month 4, they're going to create their social master plan and dominate social media. And then you're going to take them through making more sales. And by then, you might want to have a month off yourself, and you could perhaps break for summer and then come back and finish the program. So they'll be selling their courses all over social media, and you'll see your clients everywhere. And by the time you come back to things a couple of months later, they'll be ready, really raring to go for the next one, which is the next one. Is that?
Oh, I thought we were talking about the strategy calls.
No, increasing conversions. Yep. So you leave them with the strategy calls if they want to do them as an upsell from their signature system. They have a break for 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where you are in the year, and they come back into story selling. And that is such an exciting one. They're going to want to come back for this. And it is a really powerful program. And once they've done that, they can see how they can merge that into their already existing marketing and their existing messages. And then the next one is that when we're on our team.
Oh, yeah.
Now, quite often when it comes to this stage of building a team, if you're doing this with new businesses that, I don't have a budget to build a team, but you've helped these people create a product, launch a product, get excited about it, sell it all over social media, upsell the discovery calls. They've now got money to invest in their team. They're ready for this. So this is a really good position to be in with your people. It's like, gosh, you must be exhausted after all the work. Let's talk about outsourcing it. And all of these people are just so happy. Yay, they really get me. They really understand me. And then you move into the next one, which is keeping your customers for life.
Yep.
And that's just a really lovely high note to finish on. And I think that would make a fantastic year-long program. Definitely. I do think it's one of those programs where you have to be live and interactive with your audiences. I don't think you could put this in an academy and leave it there for somebody to do for a year. I don't think they would do it. But if you're there prodding them, nurturing them, giving them a cookie every now and again and giving them a pat on the head, I think you could take a group of 10, maybe 20 people through the whole process, charge a really good fee, and have yourself a 6-figure business.
Yep. And remember, I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed either by the idea of this. Remember that you don't have to have these all set up before you launch something like an academy.
Nope.
You can just have placeholders say coming soon. Or if you have a schedule, and it's always good to have your own schedule because it'll light a fire under you and keep you motivated, but you can have when it's coming, like this is coming in December. This is
Yep.
coming in January. This is coming in March. Put it down on there. We've had customers definitely do that before, where they set up their page and their academy and they just have one thing live to start with, or even start without any of them live and just have use some of these gifts, these other freebies that we're giving you to start building an audience, and say, get on the waiting list. I'm developing this academy that's going to have this in it. So that's another way. And then you could keep building your audience. And then when you do launch even that first one, you're already going to be making sales right away. So don't get overwhelmed and try and do it all. But if you have a plan that is flexible, then you can just keep yourself going and start making sales right away and helping people right away. Please don't put off doing anything like this because you don't have it all ready and set up. Please don't do that. Because I see so many people who just like, it's not ready yet. I want to get this on and that one and this one ready and that one ready. And it's a year and it's 2 years and they still haven't launched because they want everything perfect. And if they do finally launch, they then say, they then get a result where people are like, well, I'd really like this and I really like that. And this one could be changed. So they've spent all that time and effort making it perfect, only to find that they need to change stuff. So that's actually one of the reasons we changed the way we were doing our 5-day course challenge to be something much simpler, where you just use the slides. And I would actually recommend that on this as well, starting with the slides that we give you and doing some videos with some PDF action guides and worksheets, and just get it up there quick. And with this sort of program, like you're talking about, Sarah, there's so many opportunities to add on other upsells, downsell, bonuses. You can create a whole membership site where there's a bonus library of other courses based on what people ask for. So say somebody, you get a lot of people asking about live video or how to be on camera. Well, we have a course on camera basics or live video marketing. Quickly set that up. You don't have to deliver that one live necessarily, but have it set up, and you can always deliver it live later if you want, but you can quickly have that resource as another bonus for people. So, lots of options.
There's lots of options. And the brilliant thing is, if you deliver it as, like I say, a mastermind or a group intensive over 12 months, you only have to have signature system day one ready to go. That's all you need, which is module 1. And you can do them, like we said, over a couple of weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you could do them every single day for 12 days. It's something that you only have to do one module at a time. You don't have to do all 12 modules up front like a course. You don't have to do everything for everyone right away. You just have to do one little bit at a time. And this is such an amazing program.
And you want to start immediately by grabbing the worksheet, this free worksheet, and putting your branding on and sharing that right away and getting people onto your email list and starting to send them emails so that you can start building that audience. That is probably the most important thing that you can do, is start building an email list. That's my whole business, the main part of my marketing and where I got my sales. I know you're fabulous on social media, Sarah. And with the blogging and organic, I love email because it's just my direct line to people, though we do get more and more through blog posts and some social media. But I would say that's something that is directly in your control. And if you find a specific lead magnet is doing really well and you want to get into doing Facebook ads, go for it, but make sure it's converting first and that people are joining your list and buying something. Charles said, membership site idea is an excellent idea that I've been wanting to incorporate. This type of thing has helped me in the past. Yep.
Go for it, Charles.
Yeah.
And share with us in the group and let us know how you're getting on with it. We love following everybody's stories. that Sala has published her course, and we shared that in the group. She was the first one in the 5-day challenge to get something up, and we are really excited to see where she takes this. And we would be just as excited to see. LinkedIn is wonderful. If you've got connections on LinkedIn, you can have conversations all day long. So you can use a tool. There's a very low cost tool called Scrab. That's scrab.in. And I think it's like $12 a month. And you can just message people, wish them happy birthday, wish them congratulations on being in the thing for 100 years in their business. And, this automates some of that for you. And once you've started talking to your connections, you can then say, hey, I've got this PDF on this. Would you be interested? Opt them into your list. And then you can say, hey, I'm running a membership. Do you want to come along to the webinar and take a look and see if it's for you? And then do a live stream on LinkedIn. If you've got, I'm trying to think what it is, melon.app. If you've got that, you can get into LinkedIn. If you've got the paid version of StreamYard, you can get into LinkedIn Live. So you can use LinkedIn to do your webinars. So if you've got that, that's a really powerful thing. You've got a really good starting point where people are not as fortunate as you in setting up any profiles. So you're in a really good place.
And you realize we're over time here. So if anybody wants to see anything in particular in here, now is your chance. Oh, you want the URL again, Charles. I put it in there. It was scrab.in.
Yeah.
So like a crab with an S.
Scarab. So I can never access it because I keep typing in the wrong one, but it's scrab.in.
Yeah, scrab.in, like LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it for the moment. So for today, if you're watching this today, the only thing you're going to see available is that first one on identify your expertise, the first theme for product creation. So you'll get that worksheet on how to identify your expertise. And then if you want to be able to start building some courses around that and you don't already have it, create your signature system as well. All right. And you'll see the buttons there. And then starting tomorrow, you'll see some buttons go live here until we get to the last day, next Thursday, March 31st, when all of them will be available for one day. And that's it. Sorry, URL on your new stuff page is failed. Huh?
I don't think it's.
Oh, I think you mean on my main website. Oh, really? Let me see. I may have put it in wrong. You're talking about on our main site, the what's new and coming this month. Well, it's not live yet. This we need to change, but that's like a store banner. This one, anniversary 22. Did I spell it wrong? What did I do? Oh, what did I do wrong? Did I spell it wrong? contentsparks.com/anniversary 22. Well, you know what? I'll go in and I'll just change that to the direct link. Maybe it didn't like the pretty link.
It's quite possible, but thank you for letting us know. We really appreciate
I appreciate that. That's so weird.
Get it fixed for you.
It doesn't like the hyperlink. Oh no! But this one's working. And if I put it in directly here, it worked, didn't it? Sorry, guys. I wanted to make sure that you can actually get to it. Anniversary 22 here should go. I know I tested this. I know I tested this. So that worked. Yeah, I don't know. I'll check it. Thank you for letting me know because I'm going to go check that right away. Okay. Maybe we'll change that store banner as well. There's always so many moving parts to these things, and this one in particular had a lot of moving parts because every day there's a free thing and there's a sale and we got the sale page and the redirect and the this and the that. And whew, it was supposed to be something really simple, this sale. But then I said, oh, let's do a freebie every day. Sure, that's a great idea. And we created them all. So they are all new. Okay, so definitely go in and grab them every day and look for my email.
Suggesting that it might be a caching issue. So we'll do that. And Charles said it's worked for him too. So we will go and clear caches or caches, as you say, over the pond.
I say cache, you say cache?
Yeah.
Cake. Ooh.
Cake. So we're going to go and have celebratory anniversary cake.
Oh,
and remember, none of these things are made out of silk, okay? Which is the gift for 12 years in business or 12 years anniversary. They're all digital and you can all print them. None of them come in silk. I'm going to be registering my complaints at contentsparks.com/sarahscomplainingagain.com.
I bet you can get someone to bind it in a silk cover, like take all the worksheets together. Can you do that? You could make it a printable on Kindle, not Kindle, Kindle Direct Publishing, and make it a whole kit that people who enroll in your program have to buy. Or you could, I don't know, I'm getting far-fetched here now. But just another.
I'm going to go with the kimonos. I'm going to print it on the kimonos and wear it.
All right, I'm going to make up some kimonos that say Content Sparks on them, but then you have to wear it on the next live stream.
You know I would. I bring my stuffed cat on the live stream, so you know I'm going to wear a kimono.
And Jennifer said cashew. Oh, I haven't heard it pronounced that way. Now I want some nuts. All right, everybody. We'll still look out for questions, so just tag us if you have questions under here, especially on Facebook. YouTube, I never seem to get notified of comments and questions for some reason, but you can also always send stuff to support@contentsparks.com because I do see those and Fiona sees those. Where's that link? Support@contentsparks.com. Actually, I have a little ticker, so you can actually see it on the ticker. Isn't that cool? I love StreamYard. Forget Melon. I like StreamYard. All right, everybody. That really is it. We're going to say goodbye. Thank you for all the congratulations on our anniversary, and go enjoy all the gifts. All right. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye.